Wonder Woman 84 has just been released on HBO Max in theaters. I think it's safe to say that we were all pretty disappointed in this movie. And I think one of the big things that was wrong with this movie was the way that it ended. Or I don't know if I'll say wrong, but I think that they could have definitely done a better job ending this movie. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around and we're going to talk about how we personally feel like it should have ended, or what ending we would have given it that we think would have improved the movie a little bit. So who wants to go first?
I think you should go first.
I should go
I was
first?
going to say, you go ahead, OC.
Okay. Well, the way that I was expecting this movie to go, and it's not necessarily that I think that this ending would have been a better ending, but I don't think it necessarily would have been a great ending, just because the whole movie wasn't great. So it wouldn't necessarily have been a great ending. But the way that I was expecting it to go, so at the end of the movie, we have Pedro Pascal's character, Max Lord. He's making this speech to the entire world, telling them that he needs them to wish, and they have this mechanism, this machine that is allowing his particles to be transported all over the world. So that they're technically touching him all at the same time. It's really weird and convoluted. But what I was thinking was, so they have this machine, and at the end, at that moment when Wonder Woman destroys the camera, and so he's no longer projecting, then and he starts to like walk towards that beam. I was like, okay, so like in his madness, he's going to essentially kill himself by going into this machine. Because I was thinking that if the machine works this way, it's like breaking apart particles. I was thinking it's gonna like destroy him if he goes into it. So I was like, okay, it's gonna destroy him, and basically that's going to be how everything it gets resolved, because the stone will be destroyed because he's the stone, and it'll all be destroyed and the wishes will go away. That's what I was thinking. And I was like, it would be ironic because this movie has a little bit of some Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark vibes to it, especially with the scene with the car chase and the tanks and all of that stuff. You kind of get that feel sometimes, and that's a big thing with that movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, is the whole plot. It's funny, it's ironic, but the whole plot of the movie doesn't need the hero for the bad guys to like essentially be foiled in the end, because assuming he destroys himself by going into that machine, then you really didn't need Wonder Woman to be in this movie at all, and
here's a, I suppose, assumption to your proposal of a new ending, or that ending that you described. We have to assume that by him dying, everyone's wishes get renounced.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I think that that would be okay, because this movie kind of
I was going to say, it doesn't make a lot of
rules.
sense, but it makes more sense than her asking everybody in the entire world to renounce their wish. Like, what if someone doesn't see that? I don't know.
Exactly.
How do we know that's going to resolve everything? I was thinking the same thing. Like, maybe if he died, I would have taken it at face value, like, oh, okay, that solved everything, like, because he was destroyed as a person.
Right.
And then there's no wish stone, and then all the wishes are void.
Right. Like I said, I don't think it's a great ending. I just think that it's better than what we got. I think that ultimately it would have been the irony of like this villain in his quest for power and control destroyed himself. I think that would have been an interesting
but
ending.
I suppose in that case it would have been like no Wonder Woman speech, which, in my book it's a good thing, but like
Ew. I got the vibes of her singing Imagine All the People on that awful celebrity video again. I was like, girl, we already got that once and no one wanted it.
So maybe that's a good thing, but like in terms of a character arc, it sort of leaves a lot to be wanted from like the main character, the hero of the story.
Yeah, the hero doesn't really need to be in the story for that ending to happen.
Yeah, but
I think
honestly that's a better ending considering what happened.
Yeah, like you said, that is kind of what happened in like Raiders, or even in the Last Crusade too. It was like really like the bad guys kind of destroyed themselves both times, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I guess, can I go into like my ending or whatever?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it. Go
Yeah.
for it.
I guess I was thinking of a similar ending too. At the end, it was obvious that he was like kind of too powerful for like Diana to really like stop him in any way, and that's the power of the wish, which wasn't really, I mean, that whole wish thing wasn't really explained very well either, because I know it was like a double-edged sword, but how was he taking advantage of it? I don't know. I was thinking not so much him physically dying or getting destroyed, but maybe like he somehow like sees or hears his son and takes it upon himself to renounce his wish, and then that kind of gets rid of everyone else's, because then he wouldn't be like the wish stone anymore. Is that, he did renounce his wish at the end, right? Did he do that?
Yes.
Funny enough, he renounced his wish before
Yeah.
everyone else did.
I
which
feel
made no
like
sense.
that should have been enough to not warrant for Diana to have any kind of speech. That was so bad. I think if he just did that, and then it would have been like, then there would have been a scene where everything was like, and like back into his body, and then like no wishes ever happened. That would have
Wait.
been better for me.
I thought the reason he renounced his wish was because of his son, right?
I know, but I feel like that would have been satisfying for me, and we didn't need the speech for her to tell everyone
Gotcha.
to renounce
Okay,
their
gotcha.
wish. I feel like that would have been enough. They could have just trimmed the fat off that whole part. We didn't need a final speech from Diana. And like, I don't know, do some other heroic thing for her that,
Okay.
yeah, she didn't have to do all that. It's,
Oh my god. If you want to finish, after you're done, I have a proposal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was also like trying not to laugh right now because I thought of another alternate ending where if she didn't renounce her wish, Diana, for Steve to go away, he dies the same way he did in Wonder Woman 1 by like flying a plane into the satellite. And then she gets her powers back, and then she like beats everyone up, but then essentially like Steve Trevor dying the same way but flying the invisible jet into the satellite. I thought that'd be like pretty funny.
Yeah,
But,
it'd
you
have to
know.
probably be a rocket, but that would be interesting to
Yeah.
see. My proposal for an alternate ending is actually to, I mean, I have to go back and reframe the movie a bit. I mean, the movie sort of set it up, but I think with this alternate ending where it was more of a battle between Diana and Cheetah, so make Cheetah the main antagonist instead of the Witchstone Max Lord, and basically have Cheetah get an arc where she redeems herself at the end. So I know I'm skipping around, and this is a very rough proposal, but I would like it if like Wonder Woman and Cheetah fought and more things happened between them in a way where it led to Cheetah at the end like killing Max Lord and like renouncing her wish. I think that would have been a more interesting movie to me.
Yeah,
I like
think
that.
I do. I think that one of the things that fight misses in the end is you don't really feel any stakes in that fight. It's kind of just like, you know, this character Barbara, I just feel like because she's in the movie from the beginning to the end.
Exactly.
And so you kind of expect there to be more of an
payoff.
emotional payoff, exactly, especially when they finally go at it with each other. And I feel like they just kind of dropped the ball on that. They didn't take advantage of moments throughout the film where they could have, you know, played up the relationship between Diana and Barbara, and maybe, you know, introduced the conflict that, you know, could have grown to this final battle, and it would have been much better. But
Yeah.
It definitely could have been like a clash of ideals, which they messed up on for whatever reason. But I'll definitely say for me, my ending very similar to Crystal's. But I guess for me, again, it'd be like he does all this crazy stuff. He sees his son. He's upset about his son. Except what happens is when he renounces his wish, the payoff is like it just kills him, right? and then like maybe for whatever reason he's able to see his son. Like maybe he's like, Wonder Woman, I'm dying. Can you at least, I don't know, for whatever reason he can bring his son. I don't know, whatever BS they can make him live longer enough. He sees his son, his son dies, and then it ends with like, if the story was paid off better enough in my ideal head, because Wonder Woman's problem was that she was lonely. Maybe it pays off with her actually like working with the son, like maybe helping the son, and then like maybe meeting new people through there. So it's like, that's how I would have ended that movie. But again, like there's so much things that I would have loved to change the story ahead. So that's the thing that came up in my head right now.
Yeah.
These are all good. I keep thinking about yours, Scott, because it would have been cool if not just like Cheetah saved the day, but like maybe if her and Diana worked together. That would have been cool, because a team up is always fun, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, although my only thing with the Cheetah one, as much as I would love her to have a character arc, I kind of like her being the villain. So I would love something where she probably does help, but because of all the consequences, she still suffers for it, and she gets mad at Wonder Woman at the end. It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
if
I
she
did
like
the right
turns
thing.
more into an anti-hero than like a villain, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
And then she like
So-
prowls away and you never see her again,
Yeah.
but she's still out there.
Yeah, because the ending we had for her was very weak, in my opinion. There wasn't much of a character arc at all, and I didn't really care about her at the end.
Yeah, I don't think she even denounced her wish, so it's like,
She did.
She did. I
did.
mean, if
No,
she
no,
wasn't
yeah.
Cheetah anymore, then she did.
No, somebody else wished for her to be that way. Because I think, if I understand correctly, you can only have one wish. Her wish was to be like Wonder Woman. So what happened was Max Lord took whatever the thing is with his powers and helped her become the apex predator that she requested from him. It wasn't a second wish from her. It couldn't have been
okay.
a second wish.
See, that's so unclear.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everyone only gets one wish. So
Yeah.
so her wish was to be like Diana. The becoming Cheetah, or the skin of Cheetah, was Max Lord's doing, like his like give and take power, where he can basically do, I don't know, whatever he wants. And like,
Yeah.
that's the way I understood it.
Yeah, no, I
well,
think you're right.
the point is, I don't remember her saying anything going like, "Oh, I denounce my wish." I did not see a sign or anything to her saying that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think
So-
she has some ability.
Yeah, so because Max Lord die, or he didn't die. I'm thinking about our
He renounced
alternative.
his
yeah,
wish.
because he renounced his wish and like
Yeah.
gave up his power, I guess. I guess like or also because, you know, if people renounce their wish, the thing that he took also goes away. So yeah. So that's probably what happened.
One interesting thing, when Max Lord renounces his wish, so what happens to the stone now? Like, is the stone gone forever, or does the stone reappear somewhere? Is it still out there?
Am I mistaken, or did that little ring thing that was around the rock, did that like fade away into like nothing? Did it turn to ash or something?
I could have sworn.
I
it faded as
vaguely
well.
remember something like that happening. So like now that thing like doesn't even exist.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
This we can talk about this all day and still get nowhere.
Aww.
Yeah, honestly, this movie is not worth the, mental exercise that we're putting into it.
Yeah, this is the most I've thought about it since I've seen it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie's not Tenet, so
Yeah.
I honestly, I didn't think it was like so much as a disappointment because I didn't have any expectations going in. In fact, I heard it wasn't that good. So when I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, that was a movie. So I don't know.